Sup, my name is Ryu for the YugiohCouncil, and before the stock market gets started, I just want to quickly shoot out a thank you to HokaTV/Greg for fixing the PC so you guys today have stock market. So everyone get a thank you to him. Secondly, before we get underway, I didn't get a chance to talk about this yesterday. I would like to today address it, which is this. It made the news in Milwaukee, I believe it was. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to leave the GoFundMe. Help this guy out. He had like $12,000 worth of Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, and medical bills are always fucking expensive. If you can donate, you should, even if it's $1 or $5, whatever it is. Help this guy out. I'll leave the link down below. You can read the whole thing. But pretty much 5 little assholes, I phrase it that way, because anyone who's a thief, that's how I think about it, jumped him when he was coming home. Not at the shop, but when he was coming home. And regardless of, you know, if whether or not he should have had it on him and whatnot, sorry about the gruesome photos, not to sound that way, they are kind of gruesome. But you could see there's some people who donated and some are anonymous. I'm going to make sure I do too. But here's the thing. Whether or not it mattered, like, what he had on him, it's just sickening that people will still do this and over, like, you know, $12,000 worth of Yu-Gi-Oh! And this poor guy has, you know, like concussion and everything else going on. So if we could just come together, help him out a little bit, because right now it's only at $220. I don't want to sound the wrong way. I know how expensive that shit is. You guys know how expensive that is. If you have $1 to donate, do a good cause and do that. Now, I'm not looking for, you know, attention on the video for that. I just wanted to address it because I couldn't address it yesterday, and I felt awful that I couldn't make a video and post it out and be like, look, this guy needs help. So I figured this was the best time to. And not to change the subject in any manner to like try to lighten the mood, but let's get underway for stock market and let's come together as a community. So, welcome stock market, your weekly Thursday price guide. Usually we don't do what we just basically did, but this was a special occasion and it needed to happen because I couldn't yesterday because the computer went down. So, every Thursday, we go over prices on eBay. If you find somewhere cheaper, please link it so the community can come together and see it and actually get a better deal, because that's what the community wants. They want to buy the stuff for low, and I don't blame them at all. I really don't. So let's go underway. Allure of Darkness. This is something you guys have told me on weeks to go over. Last week I started to. Sometimes I forget, so when you guys tell me to go over something, I'm going to make sure I do. Allure of Darkness, $4.25 for the commons, $8.45 for the supers, and you can find the ultras. The supers are kind of hard to find. You can find ultras for around $19 to $22 each, depending on first edition or unlimited, but most of the first editions are around $22 and up. So keep that in mind. If you got them, keep them. They're probably going to go to 3 soon. Saphira, Queen of Dragons, slowly increasing to $3.35 this week on eBay. It was close around $5 a week. I didn't talk about it, which was probably like 2 weeks ago from this time frame. Try to keep these relevant for like the week. So since, in case you missed the news this morning, Destiny Heroes got announced to have new support, I wanted to go over 2 major cards for them. Mass Change 2 and Mass Change, as well as their Destiny Draw, of course. But the main reason is for the Mass Change 2 and the Mass Change because they can go Danklaw, and Danklaw is amazing. So get your Mass Change 2. You can get an entire playset of Mass Change 2 for $1.65 gold rare. That's not me plugging it. And then the other ones are about $2.79 for the common ones alone, and then you can get 2 of them for $3.44 in the gold series. I know gold series for some people is fugly as shit, but you know what? For that cheap, you can't beat it. So there's also other listings for Mass Change 2. You gotta dig around. Just type in Mass Change. It comes up better for 99 cents. And then the regular Mass Change for 99 cents. So if you're looking at builds, future Destiny Heroes, just basically putting the options there for you. These are the prices you'll find it at. You can pick up your Secret Rare D-Draws. It's rumored to be reprinted in the same booster pack, but you know, you still want to just play safe, get them now, because you never know. Maybe they'll go up. You can resell them a little bit more. They're only $2 a piece. You can't beat that. Maxi, $9.20 this week on eBay. You guys should scoop that up if you haven't already, but I think everyone at this point pretty much has Maxis. Archfiend Centric is still at a solid $3.90 this week on eBay. It hasn't gone up. It hasn't gone down. That's pretty standard for a starter deck that most people are not really going to want to buy, to be honest. Super Quantum Red Layer, $14.97 this week on. Card of Demise is $20 this week on eBay. It's been floating above like 25 and now it's starting to decrease as we get closer and closer to Nationals and finishing Nationals and basically going into Worlds. And basically the short version is the competitive scene is going to be gone for a few weeks outside your locals, you know, because the regionals are really not going to be a thing until I think after Worlds, probably around September. So Dark Magic Attack, $9 this week on eBay. I talked about it. It seems to have gone down just a little bit. This is for the ultra rare. The commons you could still get for $1, but that Dark Magician hype was happening, and now people are unloading their Dark Magic Attacks to sell, to, you know, try to undercut. You guys know how it is. They will always tune in. Quaking Mirror Force, $7.44. Which is a little ironic because the past like 2 months I'm like, yo, this card is freaking amazing. People should pay more attention to it and like start using it. And now it's at $7.44, so it is increasing, but we'll see what happens next week because it fluctuates. Like kind of how when Twin Twister came out, it was really expensive and then dropped and stayed under $10 and then like really expensive being 15, 20. But now it's like sitting at like under $10. Sometimes you can even get an entire playset for like 25. Drowning Mirror Force, $21.49. At a solid like $22 this week, and it's probably going to stay there for the next couple of weeks, to say the least. It's a good card. Going over Manju because we're getting closer and closer to Blue Eyes Chaos Max, and you never know what's going to go up. So I'm pretty much going to keep my eyes peeled on everything. But if you guys see something, please let me know so that way I know to cover it. But I just wanted to go over Manju. You can get them for $1.85 to $2.18 still. Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherry, $17.50, decreasing just a little bit more day by day. Pendulum, Performapal Pendulum Sorcerer, $17.39 this week on eBay. You should probably pick them up a few weeks ago if you wanted to, but I'd probably wait till after the ban. Let's see what happens. Kind of one of those things. Solemn Strike, and also it's coming in Megatins, so I believe it's coming in Megatins. It should. The same pack as Solemn Strike, so I believe it is. Solemn Strike, $43 this week on eBay. It's probably going to stay there to Megatin reprint. This is another one. Gemini's got announced to have a whole plethora of new support, as well as a new archetype that can make the most use out of Gemini's as a whole. So one card I really wanted to go over, I felt was probably the most important one to go over, is Supervise. I am fair warning you guys, I don't know if they're going to reprint this in the future or whatnot, but this card stands at a solid $4.47 to $4.50. I know I kind of butchered that number because for some reason it shows me this should be here, that should be there, to be fair, but around $4.50 each, all the way up to around like $11. Well, $11 will get you 3 of them, and there's still not too many listings. There's only 6 listings that would come up on eBay for me, no matter how, like, which way I search for it. So keep that in mind. I'm not trying to hype it by any means. Please don't take it that way. I'm really not trying to hype it. I'm just trying to tell you guys, like, hey, if that Gemini deck looks really cool, you may want to pick up Supervise now so you know you're safe. Clearwing Synchro Dragon, $20 this week on eBay. It went up like $1, but there's a couple listings for $20. So again, one of those things that'll get reprinted. Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, $19 this week on eBay. I don't know why I have a habit of doing that. To $20, still around its pretty much usual price. Fusion Recovery, a card I've been wanting to go over for a little while, but this one here for $3.19 is moderately play. I'm just going to make that noted. And if you want a mint one, it's going to be around $4 a piece. Lunalight Hype. It's a good fun deck. It really is. There's also, I believe Fluffles use this to a degree. Sometimes, not all the times. So when you want to look for something that we mention, I just want to make this clear. Buy it now, shipping lowest first. Brilliant Fusion is $12 this week on eBay. Geminites are getting that much better time after time, so you should probably look into them. If you want, and Brilliant Fusion goes in everything apparently. Pre-preparations of rights, $1.20. Scoop them up because you never know when they're going to get extremely good. Yeah, to be fair, everyone's going to have them, so it's kind of one of those things that's just easier to pull. So I don't really see this ever going up too high outside of the $10 range tops. Just saying. Anti-Spell Fragrance, $8 this week on eBay. That's lightly played. If you like a minty one from the, well, it's a super rare, they go for $9. And if you want the original secret one, which in my opinion looks a little bit better, A little bit better. I think that's the original secret one for around $9. That's a stock photo probably. But hey, you can find one here for around $9.50 and whatnot. But they're still under $10. It's a pretty damn good card. It just, you gotta get it up before your opponent makes Yu-Gi-Oh plays. So let's talk about the Magispector Raccoon. It's one of those things I have a habit of going over now. $21.45 this week on eBay. That is including shipping to get your little raccoons for your Magispector Magicians, which is pretty hyped right now, to say the least. I can't blame money. I understand why completely. So when I typed in Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, it gives me the Spirit of the Harp, so my bad, that's my screw up. But, still got the lowest here, which is $20 this week on eBay. I forgot to scroll down before we got to it, so that's also my bad. And then we have the Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon, $13 this week on eBay. This is decreasing while the Sage Knight has increased to $18.95. I would probably say it was a better time to pick them up when they were like 10 to 12 bucks a piece, and now you're seeing them jump just a little bit, because I think out of everything, this is going to be the card that jumps the most when Alternative really does come out. The White Stone of Ancients, $10.89, starting to increase too. I don't think it's going to increase that much. I think Sage Knight will probably be the one that really sees the increase. Cosmojo, $17.15 this week on eBay. Cosmo Dark Lady, $16 this week on eBay. Cosmo Tin Can, $6.50. That's pretty much like the most expensive stuff out of Cosmos. Karaz, $5. I think this went down $1.65 or something along those lines, but $5 now. The Kaiju Sea Turtle, still $5. If you haven't gotten it, you should. It's pretty much the out to every boss monster that will probably ever be created, to be fair, unless it says you can't tribute for, you know, this boss monster. Otherwise than that, it's an out to everything. Utopia Lightning, $12.75 this week on eBay, so that's not too bad to say the least. Then we have the Phantom Knight, a Break Sword at $34, coming in at $34. Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Photon Dragon is $7.74. Thunder End Dragon is $4. Masca Restrict, we're going like lightning round right now, is around $9, but it looks like, I can't say for sure because it's not in the details, it does look like it's got a little wear and tear there, this one especially. So if you want to, let's just play safe. If you want to play a perfectly common mint, they're still around $10. Just so that way we can avoid arguments, for argument's sake. The Black Center Legend, $30 still. Wait for Megatins, guys. Wait for Megatins. Toon Kingdom, another card I always forget to go over because I don't know why I always forget to go over it. I just do. It's $23.20 this weekend. And with that said, that's all the prices you need to know. And it's basically what I wanted to also bring up in the beginning of the video, and I would probably close off with, if you can. I'm not saying if you don't have it to even like buy Yu-Gi-Oh, then don't. But if you have some spare change, and help that fellow out, because he is one of the Yu-Gi-Oh community, and we should come together now more than ever and just be kind to each other for like at least a little amount of time. Just be nice to each other. I know that's kind of impossible, to be fair, with all the other crazy shit in the world that's going on. But I think if we stand together as a Yu-Gi-Oh community, it makes us like better. Just honestly, I don't know. It's so weird to talk about it because of everything else that's going on in the world, and I usually don't like to touch upon shit like that. But I just wanted to get my 2 cents in, say, help the fellow out. Make sure it's linked in the freaking, description, not the description. It should be in the comment section, bumped up. If I don't, then please, someone ASAP, the second you see the video, let me know to do it, so I make sure I do that for him. And I wasn't asked. I'm just doing it out of, just pure wanting to help out as much as possible because I know how it is. So let me quickly just end off the video by saying thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. As always, I appreciate your views. I appreciate you tuning in every Thursday for Stock Market. Tomorrow there won't be a video. Saturday there will be a video, and Sunday there won't be a video. Sunday's actually Father's Day. It's apparently the one time out of the year I get to take a break and get to just enjoy my family, In all seriousness, the 2 days I'm taking off, I'll be working on new deck profiles for you guys, as well as working with the new Sony Vegas software I have, and the new capture card. Not to sound that way, but there's a lot of like new stuff that I haven't even opened yet that needs to get worked with. But make sure to donate to the fella. and I will see you guys on the next one. As always, thanks for tuning in.